French President Francois Hollande called the hostage-taking at a kosher market just hours before the Jewish Sabbath began Friday a, quote, terrifying anti-Semitic act. Officials say Amadei Coulibaly killed 4 people and took more hostages in a multi-hour standoff with police that ended when police stormed the market and killed him. Now, the kosher market was not an accidental target. Officials told reporters that the suspect had long planned the attack and had cased the location a week ago.
All right, folks, welcome to Gimme 5. Melissa Harris Perry. So far, so good, right? For her, she's following the narrative. It was an anti-Semitic attack and done by, of course, a Muslim terrorist. It's going to change. You bide your time. It will change. And here's her guest weighing in.
Well, there have been a series of attacks on Jewish individuals and Jewish institutions for the last decade. There was the kidnapping, torture, and murder of Ilan Halimi. There was the attack on the school in Toulouse. There was the attack by a French individual 2 years ago, on the Jewish Museum in Brussels. So that there is, and numerous smaller attacks, fire bombings and so on. There was a mob attack on a synagogue in Paris during the war in Gaza last year.
You go, JJ. JJ Goldberg knows his stuff. And he continues to educate Melissa Harris Perry on the Muslim population in France and Jews, and here it is.
It often seems as though the Muslim population views itself as, or at least members of the Muslim community, identify with the Muslim world and therefore the Palestinian population, and see the Jewish community in France as a sort of a surrogate for Israel, in the same way that terrorists in Israel and the occupied territories will attack a bus in Haifa or a school in the northern Galilee. When they're actually going after the state of Israel, they'll attack Israeli civilians.
All right, now, Melissa Harris Perry being Melissa Harris Perry. You knew it had to happen. It couldn't go on like this. She can't sit there and listen to the fact that Muslims have a problem with Jews, especially in France. Here we go.
But JJ, I do want to be clear, though, the anti-Semitism problem in France is not primarily a problem of anti-Semitism from French Muslims. I mean, am I misunderstanding that? That there is this problem of anti-Semitism, but it is not primarily a problem of Muslims versus Jewish populations there, but rather a question of sort of French citizens in the broadest sense.
Oh, yeah, because we have to protect the Muslim community at all costs, every turn, every which way, whether it's Josh Earnest, Barack Obama, or Melissa Harris Perry, or whomever. We can't jump to conclusions. We can't lump people together, and we shouldn't. But facts are facts. JJ just got finished giving her a whole bunch of facts about how this is not an isolated incident with Muslim extremists and Muslim terrorists going on, and incidents of vandalism against Jews. But she just looks to turn the other, I don't know why, the other cheek, the other half of her brain. Here's one more.
I don't think that's true at this point. There is a history. There was the Dreyfus affair a little over a century ago. There was a certain amount of collaboration during World War II. But what's going on now, the incidents that we hear about, and there's a kind of a frightening number of these incidents, are basically coming from the Muslim population.
Well, you know, hey, facts are facts, and J.J. Goldberg certainly has the facts, the instances, the occurrences, and to back up what he's saying. And by the way, she did not prolong that argument on her side, that primarily the problem of anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic attacks against Jews in France is not a Muslim versus Jew problem. So she gave up. She tried, but she was up against a guy who knew just too much. So, again, protect, try, obfuscate, do whatever you want. But when the facts are there, it doesn't work. Your News Max Now update is next on the Steve Malzberg Show.